Hey everyone, it's Kathy here. Today I'm so excited to bring you a brand new layout kit reveal for the 3/4 Designs creative team. Before we dive into the unboxing, I have to give you a quick sneak peek at what we are creating today. Look at those gorgeous papers. If you have precious fur babies in your life like I do, you know their sweet little faces deserve a backdrop that is just as beautiful as they are, and this layout delivers all that cozy section vibe. But how did we get there? It all starts with this absolute dream of a collection. We are doing a full reveal of the stunning Twilight Ink kit. Let me tell you, 3/4 Designs has completely outdone themselves this time. If you love getting lost in your scrapbooking without constantly stopping to hunt for matching scraps, you are going to fall in love with this kit. It comes completely packed with everything you need, from beautifully coordinated papers to laser cut elements, meaning you can easily sit down at any time and knock out multiple layouts without ever running out of inspiration. Grab a cuppa, get cozy, and let's take a look at everything inside this gorgeous kit and then watch this fur baby layout come to life. You know you want to. Look at these butterflies and florals and leaves, and then you get your other icons that you cut out. And look at that cat, isn't it beautiful? Then you have your quarter strips with the paper and all of those amazing fussy cut items. Now, these papers are just brilliant. Check them out. You know you want to get into them. So I've done a quick run through. You don't need to see it up close unless you purchase it. And now we're going to create. So I've chosen this one here as my backdrop, and isn't it just stunning? It's so beautiful. I love the blues. They're so rich and they're gorgeous. And now I'm trimming off the branding strip, which you know I absolutely love, that they put quotes on the bottom. I'm really into those quotes. I love, love, love that part of it. All right, so I'm looking at the background here, and I wanted to keep uh, the frame because I wanted to lift the blue with the denim look on that background, and it's just perfect. I'm going to trim it down a little bit more here, down into a square, which we're going to use as a background to create like a pocket effect, I think, on this layout, because I want my photo to just be the center of the page. Now, with the craft knife, I'm going to fussy cut around the florals that are on the border. I'll also cut around the lantern and the butterfly wingtips just so that my paper will be able to slide in, as you can see here, and be part of the layout, not something that is hiding up all these beautiful attributes that 3/4 always manage to get onto their papers. Now, this kit, as I said, it was a real quick run through. You did get to see it very, very quickly, and I will do it again in the next one for this kit as well, so that you can have another close-up if you're interested. But trust me, the designs are divine and the colors beautiful. Now, I really, really love the quality of 3/4 design. The paper is really thick. It gives a really great base to work with, and you don't have to layer up layers and layers. Look at my babies. Aren't they cute? That was when we first got them. Look how tiny they were. They're now about nearly 4 months old, and I will have to do an updated photo for you all. They are just very, very beautiful now. Their fur is so fluffy. Even the vets want to steal them when they go in for their checkups. They just keep saying, we'll look after them, we'll look after them. But no, for abandoned little girls, they have definitely come along a lot. So I've just trimmed out the background there that you saw as well to match the photo, because I wanted to bring that into the front of the layout as well. And you'll see how that really picks up here on the blue. Look at that blue. Isn't it just beautiful? That's the B side of the paper, people. What? It's so hard to work with a kit when you get such beautiful A's and B's to work with. So just stressing that square there, that is 7 by 7 if you're interested in the side of it, because I wanted it to be part of the layout, and it's going to tuck in underneath all of those elements. That's how I like to build my layouts, by going through and cutting around the printed pieces and incorporating them into the layout, and by layering it up like this, as you can see. Now that they're tucked in, I can start layering up behind the photos as well. Now, I do put tape against those loose bits so that when they go in the album, they're not catching. And I'm going to now bring in that blue frame that I cut from that other paper, And look at that. There you go. Now it is a completed layout with a frame. I take out the strip one at a time so that I can get it on nice and straight and without any bulges. And that's really important too, because it doesn't look good when you've got a ripple in your page. All right, so now I've got the base done. I'm going to start layering up a little bit more. And isn't this quarter strip just gorgeous with the print? And that's carrying it on from the background as well. And I'm going to layer that in there. And then I realized that I actually need to have more of the florals lifted so that it can sit in along the whole length of the layout. Now, as you can see, I'm building this in real time. I um, adapted and changed and modified as I was going because I really didn't have a clear plan at first. All I knew is I wanted lots of layers. So I'm just layering in another strip across the bottom in behind those florals. Isn't the blue and the white and the denim color really just magic? I love it. And this kit is so worth it, people. You really do need to check it out and go and get one for yourself. So now that I've put that strip in there, that's a horizontal. It's now anchoring that square in, and it's now making it look a little bit more pocket-like. I have this little quote here. It says, "Petals carry stories the wind never tells." Well, Petal is the name of the black and white cat, and she is just adorable. She's the one that stole my heart when I first looked at these little girls, and now Buttercup is just absolutely stunning as she's gotten older. So I've cut down a strip here. This is 1/2 inch in width, and I'm going to use that for a landing point across that banner at the bottom to put that little quote in, and that's going to add another point of interest, but also another landing spot for embellishing. So it's really important when you're doing layouts and you're layering up that you have landing points for your embellishments, but also the layers just break all of the different layers and textures so that you can focus on each part when you're looking at it. All right, now to build a little bit more layer of texturing, I'm going to actually hand sew on this one, and I'm going to do like a herringbone. And so I'm using this stitch guide, and it is very, very helpful. And I'm just looking for my little pokey tool so I can put the holes in. Sorry for the delay here, but you know, you've got equipment everywhere. You've got to go searching for it so that you can create the best possible design for you. Now, I am going to poke those holes in because I want the herringbone to go right across that top part of the layout. That's another little trick. Don't finish at the edge. If you want it to just be a single line, run it across and into the background of your layout, and that makes it a connected part of the process, not a add-on. So I'm just putting in the dots so that I am actually able to go in with my needle and thread in a moment and, you know, just pop in that detail. Now, while we're here, don't forget to go and check out 3/4 Designs. You can follow them on Facebook, and you can purchase, and I do know they sell right around the world, and they will ship around the world. So please go and check them out. You really want this one. This one is very cute, especially if you like blue. A lot of people like to scrap with blue. It's just one of those versatile colors. And this one is very you know, I find it a little bit old worldy. It reminds me of Wedgwood, actually. That's what it reminded me of. I was trying to work out what the pattern designs remind me of, and it's like a Wedgwood. So if you like Wedgwood pottery, then you actually will probably love this set of papers. So as I said, I'm now going to stitch it in, and I'm going to start over to the edge here. And I'm just working out how that pattern goes, because once you've got your dots in, it's a little bit more confusing. And so I'm referring back to the stitch guide so that I get it right and it's getting the diagonal correct so that I can set up the stitches properly. I'm just using white crochet thread here. Sometimes I use DCM, but today I'm just going to use the white crochet thread because it's a little bit thicker and it really does make all that much difference to the layout when you have it finished. It really is a feature as opposed to just an add-on. So I'm going through here, and this is a little bit slower, so it is in real time, so you can see how long it actually does take me to sew. I am not the world's fastest sewer, and I actually had to work out how the pattern went, as you can see there. And that took a little bit of thinking and a little bit of planning. And once I got started, I was able to do it quite quickly. So just remember when you are stitching to always go to the back to come through, because then you're not going to put extra holes into your paper, because nobody wants those extra holes in your paper. And you can use the guide there to bring it through to the front. And as you can see, look at that already. It is a little bit tougher because it is thick paper, and also my thread is a little bit thicker. And that's because, like I said, I wanted it to be a little bit more of a texture on the layout. And that goes across there, and I'm just contemplating whether I'm going to go in under the lantern or I'm going to finish it and then carry across. So I'm just tucking in that piece there and bringing it to the front. And then I think again, do I want to have it like that, or do I want to go and rework it? So I'm back now after finishing all of the stitching. It did take a little bit of a while because I had to, like I said, I'm not the world's best stitcher, and I had to work out how the pattern went. So there it is across the top, and it's like it's now looking like a pocket a little bit more, which is what I wanted it to do. And now we can continue on with our embellishing. All right. So I'm finding that the babies are a little bit flat there, so I'm going to add in a little bit around them. I've got a stack of books because, you know, you always find cats and books together, don't you? It just sort of goes hands in hands. Like cats belong in a library. I think that's what, that's always the image I get when I think about cats. And so the books are going to be a perfect embellishment stack there at the bottom. All right, I am building more texture and more framage here for my photo. I want it to be a little bit more layered and a little bit more popped up off that background. So it's a quick, simple little trick to do. You can just use double-sided papers, which I have here, and then you just cut out the frame and layer it up and then add that little wedge so it looks like it's a photo frame. And now this is really popping up off that layout. Look at that there. It looks very, very multi-dimensional. I like it. Now I can layer up all of these beautiful pre-cut designs and the fussy cut pieces. As you can see here, I've got those florals. I'm tucking them in around the photo. Building up the floral stack at the bottom behind the books. That's my major cluster. Always should have one major and a second one or a third, but the second and third need to be more minor than your major cluster. It really should be the bulk of it. And always remember, your heavy stuff goes to the bottom and your lighter stuff to the top. And that usually is where you pop it up as well. And I have just layered that into place. And now to finish it off, I'm going to add in some mixed media here. And I've got Rustic Wilderness in the Distress Spray here. And I'm adding that first. And I'm just putting that in behind little spots just to add interest. And then I'm going to add in some white splatters as well. This really is coming together quite nicely. It looks like it's got a lot of work to it, but as you've just seen, there's not that much to it. It's got a few layers on it that really give the image that there's loads and loads and loads of different details in the paper. And that's the trick, people. You make it look like it's got lots in there, but it's actually the paper doing the work for you. So that's the best thing about three-quarter designs, is they really do the hard work for you. And look at that. Finishing off with a white Nouveau Pearl, and I'm going to set up that visual triangle with the 3 strategic dots in 3 strategic places, and that allows your eye to roam naturally around the layout, and that's always very key. Make sure if you're going to set up a triangle, you have it so your eye naturally roams. And there's that butterfly there to the top. Look at the stitching in there as that extra layer. You can see those clusters being built. I love how the paper's tucked in and around those florals at the bottom. And that's how easy it is to build a layered and textured layout using this amazing kit. Go and check them out. 3/4 designs. You know you want to get this into your stash. Let me know with a thumbs up or a comment that you really like what I've done. And remember, I really do love you coming back each and every time to watch and leaving me a comment. And if you're new to my channel, I'd love for you to subscribe. I am really trying to reach that 1,000 for a personal goal. Help me out. If you're new, come and check it out. Subscribe. That way you'll never miss out any of the creative team layouts that I do. And trust me, there's a few more coming. So once again, give me the thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Leave me a comment. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And here's my next video for you. I hope you go and watch it right now.